Hello everyone, and welcome to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved custom scenarios. Moving on, last time we did Decay, and that was pretty good all in all, I thought, not bad. Now we're going to move into the fourth plague. A horrifying swarm of flies has consumed much of Egypt, leaving its inhabitants with a strange and deadly disease. Is this God's wrath? Okay, well this sounds like something straight out of the book of Genesis. God, it's not Exodus, is it? Yes, sorry, it's Exodus, of course. How does that apply to the year 2016? Oh gosh, we're doing with a bioweapon this time. Oh, I haven't had to deal with one of these in a long time. I like that name, the Wrath of God. Sounds great. Unleash the Wrath of God. Egypt has been infected by a plague coming from a massive swarm of flies from the heavens. Spread quickly and unleash the terror of the millennium on the world. If it's God's wrath, I'm pretty sure it's not just the millennium, right? This sounds kind of like apocalyptic Revelation kind of stuff. So, okay. Do not kill too quickly. Wiping out everyone who has been infected by the flies will result in the plague not being able to infect the world. Bring the punishment slowly. Okay, well, just because you said that, now I want to go as quickly as I can and still win. So, yeah, let's see how that works out. As far as our transmissions, a lot of pretty standard options here. We have, I guess I was expecting fleas, but apparently it's gnats. Allows gnats to be infected. Hot urban areas. Mosquitoes. Slight chance of infection from corpses. Big fan of that, especially with a bioweapon that might be killing people. Beetle. Greatly increases infectivity in rural areas. Water, air. Are any of these customized? I mean, these are, but I was expecting maybe like water. It says something clever about like God infecting the water or something like that. I don't know. Nausea, coughing, rash, anemia, cysts, insomnia. This actually looks very familiar from my olden days of playing standard Plague Inc. Evolved. So, okay, nothing special there. Abilities, cold, heat, drug resistance, gene compression, reduce the likelihood of lethal genes being unlocked over time, deactivate modified genes, and nucleic acid neutralization. These are all exactly the standard thing you would expect in a bioweapon. So thus far, it looks like a customized transmission tree, but that's about it. This is pretty... Whoa, God. Whoa, okay, I take it back. Something has happened. A new minor disease spreading. We immediately infected all of Egypt and are killing people. And now we have infected a lot of nearby nations. Okay, that's good. We should probably reduce our lethality a little bit. We'll take time, reset the lethal potential of the weapon. Let's go for a deactivate modified gene and reduce the lethality a bit. It's not going to cost a lot to start us off. Let's go for air, I think. That will help us in the arid regions. We'll also go for mosquito so that we do have some infection from corpses and we don't wreck ourselves too early on. Because we know we will be killing some people. The Wrath of God is a bioweapon that was accidentally released. You will automatically become more lethal over time. I think this is a pretty standard tip, not customized at all. Egypt shuts down their airports. Well, too late. We took your seaports instead and went into Spain. Also, too late. Too late. So sad. We'll go for Water 1. It is pretty infective after all, and it should help us in some of the more humid regions. Okay, we're in the United States. That's all well and good. Threat level increased due to extremely rapid evolution caused by DNA instability. Not very lethal. It is becoming more lethal over time, so we need to pay attention to all of that. I'm going to go down rash and sweating. That usually heads toward necrosis proper, and I feel like with a bioweapon, picking up mosquitoes for the extra lethality plus proper necrosis might work well for us. We still can't become too lethal, but it is something. Now they're working on the cure immediately. That is to be expected with a bioweapon because obviously we're lethal right off the bat, so they don't like that too much. Skin lesions, very infective, and yes, there's the necrosis. So we know we need 30 points in order to make that work. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and grab... let's grab another deactivated modified genes, and let's go for resetting the lethal potential. Let's see, hang on. I feel like the lethality can get a lot higher before I need that, so no. Let's save the points. Or do I want to reduce the likelihood of lethal genes becoming unlocked over time? Yeah, let's actually go ahead and pick that up. That should slow down the increase in lethality just by default. Just a little bit. The earlier you get that, frankly, the better. So maybe we should just invest a bit more in that. Sure. Gene compression 2. We'll invest in this. We'll slow things down a little bit. Okay, we're in France. We're getting around in East Africa a little bit better. Moving on into Iran. We've now infected several new nations for reasons that are quite beyond me. I'm going to go for the drug resistance and the cold resistance now because now I will need it. I don't know how we are infecting nations this quickly, but okay. The Wrath of God has been placed on a watch list. Yes, it was called the Bible. Y'all didn't listen. So have fun with this one. Wow, goodness gracious, what is happening? I'm not sure what is scripting these events where I just get massive boosts of transmission, but I'm loving it. Mosquito. Sure. That's very infective. I think we'll pick that up next. Goldman Stanley Bank crisis seems a little bit unconcerning given the circumstances, but okay. Let's go ahead and grab gangrene, necrosis. It's very lethal though. No, maybe not. Don't want to kill him too quickly. It's always an option for me later. I'm going to go instead for the hot urban areas. I could spread faster in a lot of urban areas here. But some of these are rural. Finland, Russia. We need to get it. I'm mostly worried about getting into places like Greenland. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get some beetles. That should increase my infectivity in a few areas that I am most concerned about. We also want to get some more cold resistance, I think. So let's see if we can afford that yet. No, we need 19, which of course is increasing the cost of everything else, so I'm not a huge fan of that. But we need it. Grab it. We got into Iceland. Okay, that's not especially helpful if I can't infect Scandinavia and Russia any sooner. Now spreading very rapidly through South America. Okay. I could reduce the lethality even further. I'm going to go for the nucleic acid neutralization. I can't remember exactly how this works. I understood this once upon a time. It was more down to a science for me, but I'm not entirely sure how that works now. Beetle 2, increasing in cold, dry areas. Sounds perfect. We need to spread through Russia and Scandinavia and Finland a lot faster. Well, Finland doesn't actually have a port. So Norway and Russia are really the ones we care about, but Russia does have a port that should go directly to Greenland, and I want to pick that up. Alright, we're up to 34 DNA again. That's pretty good. We could afford our necrosis now if we need it, but not until I get into an island am I okay with that. And Greenland is the only one that is missing. We need to spread faster in Russia. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? We could go down... I'm going to go down the insomnia and paranoia route, slow things down. I'm going to grab coughing and pneumonia, again, for the cold regions. And I'm going to save up the rest of my points to pick up necrosis as soon as possible. Okay, now we have our Greenland. Let's go ahead and grab necrosis. And I don't want to slow down the bioweapon any further. I want it to start killing people. Fear slows the economy. Fear of the wrath of God is causing the global economic markets to panic. Land, air, and sea trade is slowing as well as all economic activity. Well, that's good. Does it slow down research? Because that's really what is more relevant to me. Actually, slowing down economic activity sounds like it reduces planes and boats, which I am not approving of. So, no, take it back. Don't make it happen. Stop it. I don't want to slow this down. I'm going to pick up genetic hardening, try and slow down their cure instead, and I'm going to go for seizures, and that should, I think, slow down cure research and be fatal a little bit. How are we doing in Kazakhstan? We are picking up speed, so the necrosis is working. Eventually we will be able to infect it. It's just surprisingly slow. Let's go for the insanity. That will slow things down considerably. Let's go for inflammation next. Again, can be fatal. I need to start killing as quickly as possible to get the best score possible. Now we want to go for paralysis, harder to cure, and then coma. Again, significantly harder to cure, and a little bit of lethality. The Wrath of God genome fully sequenced. That is extremely unlucky for us, and now they're going to be able to get a little extra cure progress. No healthy people left in the world. Okay, good. So the necrosis is no longer working to our advantage, but the lethality certainly is. I need 2 more points. Thank you. Coma. And then we'll go for the total organ failure. And that should be all we need, I think, at this point. We've killed enough of the world. We destroyed a lot of the cure potential research. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think we win. I'm feeling pretty cocky about it now. Yeah, how do you like that, world? You face the wrath of God. There is no escape. Total organ failure. Die faster, please. God commands it. The faster you die, the happier God is, or something. No, that's not quite... That's not biblically accurate. People don't get upset at me. I'm fully aware that I'm just being facetious right now, a little bit. Immune suppression for a little bit more lethality. Sure, why not? I mean, I guess I could have used those for a genetic reshuffle instead, and that might have been better. just from a score perspective, but either way, I think we did just fine. The Wrath of God is going to destroy humanity. Yep. Like I said, this is not just the disease of the millennium. This is apocalyptic. This is the end of all life as we know it. All right, 2 stars. Pretty fast. It just took slightly over a year. That's one of the good things about the bioweapon. It's pretty quick. Not bad. So, the only problem I have with this is that it was not very creative. Basically, we took the exact standard bioweapon, changed a couple things up with the transmission, maybe a little bit of the symptoms, and just attached a different name to it. And that was it. So it's not actually that creative. It's fun, it's pretty well balanced, but that's because the game itself is pretty well balanced. So I don't really feel like this added much to the community. Just, you know, kind of fun. Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I'll recommend it, but I was kind of hoping for a little bit more. If you're going to name it the Wrath of God, I was hoping for some customized symptoms and some really, you know, impressive, epic, deifying things as God wreaks his vengeance upon humanity, but that didn't happen. It's just another bioweapon with a different name. That's it. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If so, then hit that like button, leave a comment suggesting what I should play next, and of course subscribe. I will see you guys next time.